All right, Tino, you ready? All right, I'm doing a test today. We're not going to do the Welcome to My World. I'm just going to sing it Acapulco as I welcome you. And I'm going to see if that's what's causing this copyright thing with Facebook and whoever else it is saying that it's somebody's music and somebody else singing. And I don't know. So, welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Look into my heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this heart of mine. I'll be waiting there with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Yes, welcome to the world of the Songfather on the Songfather Show on the 21st day of August 2019. Let's see if I don't get muted this show again. It's really getting out of control. I don't know what else to do. Whatever, I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get going. We have everybody here today. We have Elvis behind me. We have Frankie behind me. We have Dino behind me. And we have Tino. Right, Tino? And Tino's here. So there we go. So let's get cracking by Cracky. The weather today was, I don't know, I got up when I woke up. It was like the end of the world. Then the sun came out. I did some things, got the songs ready, got this ready, bing, bam, boom. Got in the car and went to get my nephew, godson John, present for his birthday. 28 today, marron me, can't be happening. You know, I miss the days when I was Uncle Sonny and we'd go trick-or-treating and, and have Uncle Sonny sleepovers. And now they're all grown up and having their own lives. I don't like it. But anyway, happy birthday, John. So, and then, again, it was, the clouds were the ugliest things I've ever seen. I thought it was going to, be a tornado any second. I hurried up, finished what I had to do, get home, bring everything upstairs, put everything away, bing, boom, boom. The sun comes out. As the sun comes out, they interrupt the show and they say, heat index is going to go into the triple digits. Please be very careful. Some very, very severe storms coming with hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind. I don't know. So just to be sure, I went and I got my shovel out and gloves. All right, Tino. Tino. Thank you. Okay. So Yankees lost. Mets won. Beat Cleveland. We had a hard time beating Cleveland. They pummeled us in 2 games, and here the Mets come in and completely annihilated them. I'm telling you, even though Mr. Judge hit a nice, unbelievable home run last night at 470 feet to left field where he should be pulling the ball. It was his first one all season. Now, we was out for a while, but still, his first one that he hit to left field. So he's been trying to hit everything to the middle or the right field, and I think I said it before. I said it months ago. I think he's hurt. I think it's something to do with that oblique, and I think when he swings too hard or pulls too hard, it gets a little twinge, and he's worried about ripping it and then, missing the rest of the season. I'm just going on record, whatever that means, that I think he's trying to do the best he can to stay and make it through the playoffs and then take care of what's ever got to be taken care of in the offseason. And sometimes, if not most, that's when you do a lot of damage. So, prayers for Judge, because if that's the truth, I don't want to see him get hurt. He's a good kid. He really is. He's a born leader and talent, and we need him. So, let's get to some news stories. Oh, by the way, today's song list was suggested by Daddy-O and Chrissy, and they said, why don't you do a show about, like, traveling around the United States? And I was like, oh, okay. And then I said, oh, now I get it. So we're gonna hit a few places around this country today via song. Right, Dino? See, can you hear him? He's talking up a storm. Maybe he doesn't like having his back to Frank and Dino. Maybe, I don't know. All right, so I'm going to start off with something right off the bat that completely got me crazy when I read it. It's horrible what happened to this woman. Excuse me. 22-year-old woman over here in New York, in Queens, was walking home at 3 o'clock in the morning from a club and walking alone to a friend's house. 3 o'clock in the morning. And a man came up and grabbed her and pulled her into under an overpass and hit her a couple of times and raped her and then just left her there. And thank God she's all right. But that's a very vague statement to make. She's not all right. She had a nice bruise to her head and a gash and everything else. But aside from that, everything else that goes along with that despicable, disgusting, heinous act it's the worst thing, I think, other than murder you could do to a woman. And but my question is, what are you doing walking at 3 o'clock in the morning through Queens alone? I don't get it. Get Uber, get a friend. Maybe your friends left early and you wanted to stay. I don't know. Who knows? But you can't be walking, man or woman, walking through Queens at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. It's not smart. And, let's send our prayers up for this woman. And let's hope they catch this guy. They got a good shot of him on one of the cameras of the buildings. And, you might have a couple of accidents on the way to the police station. But so say prayers for her, please. And you have children out there now that are of that age and going to clubs, and make sure you tell them. I don't care if they hate you for saying it and they feel like you're treating them like a baby. It doesn't matter. Okay? Don't walk anywhere alone. Or your friends left, call me. I'll come pick you up. End of story. I'll come pick you up. No questions asked. Let's go pick you up, Or I'll call Uber myself and make sure that the Uber takes you home. But they're not too safe anymore either. And they just came out with a now that I'm on the subject of the Uber, the back seat of an Uber or a Lyft, basically the same thing, just in competition with each other, has 35,000 more times germs than your toilet seat. Let's let that just sink in for a minute. Did it sink in? Okay. Why the hell would you call an Uber after knowing that? It's scientifically proven. I guess because, it's so many different people getting in and out. I'm sure it's the same thing with cabs, regular cabs. Why they're picking on Uber, I don't know. But, because, I don't know. I really can't come up with it. But horrible. 35,000 times more germs than on your toilet seat. So, you know what I'm doing? I'm putting wheels on my toilet bowl, and I'm gonna start my own business. It's gonna be called Crapper. Yeah, Crapper. Yeah, I like a ride. I'll be right there. Unbelievable. Wow, scary stuff. And finally, and it's not because of me. I would love to say it's because of me, because that would mean I have one hell of a viewership. But the CDC is finally investigating vaping, and because of the high rise in serious health conditions and cases that have popped up in the last 6 months to a year. Serious lungs collapsing, all kinds of other diseases, infections, and everything else from this vaping. And yet you still see commercials. They're still pushing it. It's not good for you, period. Okay. What? I know. Oh, he noticed. I put the cage backwards. Okay, so when he goes down to have his food, you can all enjoy it, see? He's looking now. He's like, all right, I want to go down. Here he goes. He's going to do it. It's just great TV, isn't it? No, he's not going down yet. He wants to, though. He wants to. Come on, you could do it. No, that's up. That's down. He's going. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. Be very quiet. What the... Had to hold it. So, in China, I don't know if you saw this video. It was unbelievable. A dog is on the banks of some river, and first all you do is see the dog. He's running up and down. You know, you could see he's frantic about something. He's going up and down the shore, up and down, up and down. And then all of a sudden you look. So yeah, I told you he was going down to eat. That up, boy. That up, boy. And you look, and there's a dog trapped in a rowboat, and it must have came loose from the dock, and it's just drifting down the river. And there's a dog in it. So this dog is like, hey, that's my pal over there. And he's running up and down, and he doesn't know what to do. The dog jumps into the water, swims up to the boat, grabs the rope that's hanging off the boat in his teeth, and swims and pulls the boat back to the shore so his pal could jump off, and he saved the dog's life. Now, it was not a movie. It wasn't a stunt dog or anything else. If that doesn't tell you about the mind and the good nature and the heart of animals, you know, they don't just walk around and bark or scream or fart and poop and all the other crap. They have heart. They feel things. They see things, and they're smarter than we give them credit for. There was no humans there. Well, whoever was taking a picture, though. I got to check that one out. But dog jumped into the water and grabbed the thing by the rope. It's just unbelievable. I love to see that. Way to go, baby. And all right, so let's get to this first one. Since we are going to be traveling around the United States, we're going to start off with Mr. Fats Domino. Excuse me, I have a sip of coffee. And Mr. Fats Domino, there you go, is going for a little walk. And where's he going? Oh, he's walking to New Orleans. How did he stay so fat if he was doing all that walking? This time I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. Gonna need your pair of shoes when I get through walking these blues. When I get back to New Orleans. Got my suitcase in my hand. Now ain't that a shame? I'm leaving here today. Yes, I'm going back home to stay. Yeah, I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey, till you spent all my money. No use for you to cry. I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. I got no time for talking. I gotta keep on walking. New Orleans is my home. That's the reason why I'm gone. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. 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 Love that song. Love New Orleans, too. Been there many times. And, you know, a lot of depressed areas, but I got to say one thing. Everybody that I came in contact with, except when I was at a casino one night, very friendly, unbelievably friendly, and open, and, you know, the food was delicious, and like I said, some of the areas were depressed, especially after Katrina. It's even worse. But their spirit is unbelievable. They're pretty good down there. Let me tell you. Hush puppies. Crawfish, everywhere you went, crawfish. None of them are shelled. You got to do it yourself. Psh, screw that. I just ate everything. What? You were there? Oh, your parents were from New Orleans. Oh, okay. He's a liar. What a freaking liar. So anyway, yeah, Fats Domino walking to New Orleans. Our first visit on the Songfather Travel Show. What? Oh, he's getting crazy. That's good. I like crazy. Down in South Carolina, a man was walking. It was raining. It started thundering out. He got caught on the camera from the buildings where he lived. And so he's walking. He's trying to go a little bit quick, not to get wet. He's got his umbrella over his head. And ba-boom! Lightning strikes about 2 feet away from him. He's standing in water. He's got shoes on, not sneakers. He's holding a metal object, which is the umbrella. And his cell phone was in his pocket. Everything against you. And it's like you could see it coming down, and it's like it's going right for him, and then it just kind of moves. He says once he saw the tape, he goes, that was definitely angels. God sent down some angels, my guardian angel. Like, wow. It's coming right at him, and then it just misses him. He said he could feel the heat, and all the hair stood up and on his arms, but he didn't get hurt, and he didn't get hit. Nice. You don't believe in angels? You are nuts. Right, Dino? I agree. Thank you very much, Dino. And I told you the story yesterday about the kid with the livestock that won $15,000 and gave it to St. Jude's Children's Research. Well, not to be outdone, over here on the island of Long, in Islip, a 10-year-old had a lemonade stand going since he got out of school up until last week, with a sign, of course, saying, lemonade, raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Foundation. And he raised $10,000 and gave the whole thing. So between two, yesterday was 12, right? 12-year-old. Yeah. And today was, and today's story is a 10-year-old. So between those two, $25,000 was donated to St. Jude's Children's Research Foundation. That's what we want to hear. More. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. What'd you do over the summer vacation? Oh, I did this. I went swimming. I went to the beach. Oh, I kissed the girl down the block. And what'd you do? Oh, I raised $10,000 for St. Jude's. Hold on a second. What? I have to get something. You good? Okay, he's good. He's happy and peppy and bursting with love. So, I'm sorry. This isn't it. I don't know what I did with it. All right, don't worry about it. Anyway, so, two kids. God bless their families. God bless them, of course, but God bless their families for raising them the right way. There's a lot of things you can do over the summer, especially when you get out of school. But he did what he wanted to do. Beautiful job. Excuse me. You remember, you see Dino behind me. So I put up a video on my wall and also on Instagram of Dino singing That's Amore. Okay? It's a I couldn't believe it. I wouldn't even tell you what I bought it for years ago. Same thing with Frankie. I just broke them out of the boxes yesterday. And they're going for like $180, $200 now. So anyway, so I put it on. Everybody gets a kick out of it, right? Okay. Instagram sends me a message. Because, Instagram is owned by Facebook. I don't know if everybody knows that. Your video is being blocked in countries worldwide for copyright infringement. I mean, are you serious or what? Because you're really getting out of hand now. Now you're totally out of control. You're muting me every show, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not charging admission. I'm not putting on a concert, everything else. I'm being social on social media, trying to entertain. Am I hoping that one day somebody's going to go, wow, that's great. Let's see if we can do something, Yeah, of course. But Why am I being muted? I'm not taking money out of anybody's pocket. You know what I mean? I understand about the copyright laws. So tell me I'm singing in a club somewhere or I'm singing in a bar and I'm getting paid for it at somebody else's expense. You got me. Slap me on the wrist or whatever you want to do. I'm singing on Facebook. I'm singing into a laptop or into this Marantz here, which is a beautiful tool. I love it. But it's so far out of control. So many things that need to be fixed nobody wants to deal with. You know, they want to throw people in jail for having an opinion. Now you're muting. You know, my father and Christy sent a message yesterday saying the show was great. You know, loved all the songs, but some of them I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, it's not your what do they got there? It's not your iPad. It's not your connection. You know, it's them for whatever reason. You know, the other day it was Sony Records. I mean, I'm gonna hurt Sony Records. Me and my bird are gonna hurt Sony Records. Stop. So I get that. I was friggin' livid. I mean, the words coming out of my mouth almost embarrassed Dino. Almost. I can only drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't like coffee as a rule until I got hooked on Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks way too strong. I don't like it. 7-Eleven, don't like it. You know, I got friends that go to the gas station. No, freak that. Go to the gas station. Got great coffee there. Yeah, okay, good. And so, you know, you got the Keurig, and I used to stop and buy them, the little K cups, Dunkin' Donuts K cups, put it in, and it was pretty good. You know, so now the prices are going up because it's getting a little more popular. And, you know, you see them in grocery stores now, and, you know, everything's all jacked up. And so I'm walking in the store one day, and I'm putting the box of K-Cups up on the belt in the supermarket, and some lady goes, "What, are you serious?" I'm like, "Oh, man, why can't I just be friggin' invisible?" So I don't answer her. I just stand and put the rest of the stuff up on the belt, and she was, "I'm sorry if I upset you. I just," and I see that you're buying the K-Cup. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. What do you want to do next? You want to count my toes and my freckles? What?" She goes, "You should get. They sell these things that are reusable, and then you get the fresh ground coffee, the Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I do, and then you put it in that thing. You're spending too much money on these cups. It's ridiculous." Well, let me tell you something. She is 1,000% right. I know you can't go over 100, but I'm saying 1,000, and so that's what I've been drinking. It's better than going to Dunkin' Donuts, really. Oh, I'm sorry, Dunkin'. It's no longer Dunkin' Donuts. People are nuts. You know, if we take the name off, take the donut name off, and just call it Dunkin', people will understand that it's just not donuts we sell now. We also sell sandwiches and this and that. Because if you leave Dunkin' Donuts up there, they're only going to come in here and get donuts. That was their thinking behind it. So if I don't know that, and I come in because I want to get coffee and a donut, and I'm looking, oh, what's that? Oh, that's our new menu. We're going to have this, ham and Swiss. Blah, blah. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, chicken salad. Let me try one of them. Does that make any sense? But let's take the name Donuts off. That has brought you where you are, where you started off as one or two stores, and now you're worldwide. But let's take that name off. Wow. I don't even know how I got on this. Oh, the coffee. So it's unbelievable. And I love when I pop that top open. You smell that freshly ground. It reminds me of the old days. You know, everywhere we went in my life was within 10 minutes of an A&P. It's just the way it worked out. You know, as a kid, and when we moved, and we moved there, and this and that, and that. And they always had, if you remember, the grinding machine up in the front by the cash registers, you know. So you'd buy your coffee beans, and would you like that ground? Yes. And they throw it into the machine, hook up to the, you know, I used to work there too. So, and you hook it up to under the spout, and that smell, that's what you get with this. All right, go ahead, get a cup of coffee. I know I made you crazy. He's right. Told me, stop yapping and get going. Wow, he is tough. He's tough on me, this guy. So in Rochester, which is up in upstate New York, we call it upstate, but it's really Westchester County. And two kids are, hold on, I'm pretty sure I wrote the age. 15 and 14 years old. Hanging out by their house. So they look across the street. They see smoke coming out of a second-story window. Boom, they take off. Run across the street. The uncle sees them run and comes out. What's going on? They point to the smoke. He goes back in to call 911. Banging on the door. They can't get an answer. They kick the front door in. And there's a family of 5 in there, scrambling around, trying to pick up as many things as they can to carry out. And these kids start saying, no, you know what? Drop that. You got to get out of here. I don't want you to get burned. You're going to get hurt. Come on. And so he gets them out of the house, and then they run up the stairs just to make sure there's no animals or somebody else sleeping in the bedroom. I mean, very cool kids. And the smoke was so thick that it was burning their eyes. And then they said it was burning their lungs. They couldn't breathe because, they're not trained. So they went in and took a big breath inside and just filled their lungs up with smoke. And they couldn't. By the time they got downstairs, back out into the air and across the street, the fire department was there and put the fire out. And, of course, there was some damage to the house, but not what it would have been or what it could have been had they not seen that smoke coming out, I guess it's something that you think of right away, like, oh my God, I got to save these pictures and my jewelry and this and that, and it's not smart. And these kids were right. Get out. Whatever it is can be replaced. I understand, but your life can't. Come on. And they saved a whole family of 5. So they are being hailed as heroes, and they are heroes. Very nicely done. Aha. So, ready to take a trip? Okay, tickets, please. Okay, you have your boarding passes ready? Okay. On our next stop, Mr. Francis Albert Sinatra is going to take us to Chicago. Oh, yeah. Get up on the coffee tables. Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. Well, I love it. Bet your bottom dollar you'll lose the blues in Chicago. Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday couldn't shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just gotta say, they do things they don't do on Broadway. They have the time of their life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife in Chicago, Chicago, my hometown. Oh! Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, well, I'll show you around. I love it. Bet your bottom dollar you'll lose the blues in Chicago. Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday could not shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just gotta say, they do things they'd never ever do on Broadway. They have the time of their life. I saw a man, he danced with his wife in Chicago. Chicago, Chicago, that's my hometown. Biddy-biddy-biddy-biddy. Thank you. Thank you for flying air, Songfather. Thank you. Thank you. Be careful. Thank you. Thank you. Be careful. Be careful. Thank you. Thank you. When Francis Albert made that song, his own, a lot of people in Hoboken, New Jersey were pissed because, not of the song, beautiful song. He did another one about Chicago also. He really liked going to Chicago. But at the very end of that song, my hometown, and people in Hoboken were like, no, it's not. What are you doing? So we had to go there and do a couple of concerts and make them happy. And so Not bad, huh? We're making good time since we've already been down to New Orleans, and now we just took a little, a little trip over to Chicago. It's unbelievable. Are you laughing at me? Are you mother? Oh, sorry. Okay, so let's go down the line here. Two ex-Major League Baseball stars, Luis Castillo, used to play for the Mets, and Dotner, I didn't write his first name down, Dotel, sorry, which is busted. Major trafficking, drug trafficking, major. And this comes after, it's in a swarm of a whole bunch of people getting locked up, and they say there's more to come. Doing this down in the Dominican Republic. Trying to find a way to get it out of Mexico, bring it back to the Dominican Republic, and then bring it over here into the United States. Really? Wow. Okay. So I'm glad they did this. I don't know why they did it, but I'm glad they did. There's been 25 arrests so far, with more to come. But then they put up what they made. So Dotel, in his 15-year career in the major leagues, made $41 million. I'll let that sit for a minute. Right. And then Luis Castillo, in his 15-year career, made $57 million. And you have gotten yourself to such a level in life that you got to start smuggling drugs. In this particular go-around was cocaine. You have to start smuggling that. You have to start, putting it on the streets and killing, not innocent people, but kind of. Once you're addicted, you really become innocent. If you don't go and get help and try to kick it, then you're not so innocent. But, it's like I keep explaining to you, it becomes the only thing that's important in your life. It's a horrible disease. And anyway, so between the two of them, right, they made $100 million. And here they are together running drugs. It's sickening as shit. That's the problem. I said it years ago. I love Steinbrenner, what he did, the way he built the team and everything else. But, when he started throwing money around like crazy, kind of hurt the game a little bit because now people can hold out, And you're making that kind of money. Somebody just signed the contract, the 13-year contract. You can get hurt in one game. You could have opening day on April 7th and get hit in the head with the ball and never play again, and you're getting paid for 13 years now. It's just too much, too greedy, screwing around with the balls, making the strike zone smaller so people can get more hits. We're not stupid. It's like Jonathan E. in Rollerball with James Caan. Great movie, when corporations took over all sports. That's what they're doing here. Don't tell me those balls aren't tighter. I love Giovanni Urshela on the Yankees. Gio, man, great, solid, great hitter. But he ain't no home run king. He's like second or third place on the Yankees with the most home runs. The balls are just, whatever. I don't get onto that subject, but because of the money, So these two guys, they're looking at some heavy time, but, they're going to be flipping like crazy. So expect more arrests. And then this I thought was very cool. Well, you know what? Let's do another song because there's not too many news items left. Because I ramble. That's what I should sing tomorrow. I'm a rambling man. Or as Chrissy said, I should have sang to start off the show, I'm a traveling man. Well, I'm a traveling man. I made a lot of stops all over the world. Ricky Nelson. So, everybody we're going to take a bus this time because we're going from Chicago. And you know what? We'll get on the Amtrak. So we can all die together. So everybody, all aboard! We're going to get on the James Taylor Express and take a ride to Carolina. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you just see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Looks like a friend of mine to hit me from behind. 'Cause I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Karen, she's the silver sun. You best walk away and watch it shine. Watch her watch the morning come. silver tear appearing. Now I'm crying. Ain't I going to Carolina in my mind? There ain't no doubt in no one's mind. Love's the finest thing around. Whisper something soft and kind. Hey babe, the sky's on fire, I'm dying. Ain't I going to Carolina in my mind? In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? And it's just like a friend of mine who hit me from behind. Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Dark and silent late last night, I think I may have heard the highway calling. Geese in flight and the dog that bites. And the signs may be an omen saying I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. And my baby mother's standing round me. Still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like this goes on forever. You must forgive me if I'm up and gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? It's just like a friend of mine that hit me from behind. Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Yes, I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Oh, I gotta get going now. Gotta get going to Carolina, my hometown. Gotta get going, baby. Don't make me wait. It's getting late, Carolina. Oh, Carolina. Okay, everybody off. Took a nice little trip here. We're going all around the country. Not bad. I went to Carolina. What? Okay. So he's all over the place, chirping. I don't know if you could. I don't know if this mic picks him up, but I wish it would. Maybe I'll have to put one in there. So down in Florida, a 70-year-old grandfather, 75 to be exact, he's out in the backyard with his granddaughter, and with his daughter, and they have a cute little like a poodle mix kind of thing, and the dog is just kind of running around. All of a sudden, he looks, and there comes this 8-foot alligator, and it's coming up, and it's coming up, and it jumps out of the water and grabs the dog, and the dog is in its mouth. She's screaming. He goes running down. He grabs the dog, and they're like having a tug of war with it. It got the dog by the ass, and he's got the front, and he's pulling, and he's like, if I keep pulling, we're going to rip this thing in half, So he lets go of the dog for a second with one hand, and he walks over to the side, and he kicks the alligator in the snout like 3-4 times, and the alligator lets go, and they saved the dog, got a couple of stitches, and that was the end of that. Wow. So when they asked him, what did you do that for? He's like, it's your first reaction when you see that. But I didn't want to hear my daughter telling me that I let the dog get killed by an alligator. So brave man, 75 years old. Saved that doggy's life. And didn't mention today was Kenny Rogers' birthday. And he kind of looks like a male, what's her name, Joan Rivers there with all the work that he's had done. But whatever. And Greg Nettles, which was Ma's favorite Yankee, number 9, used to play third base for the Yankees. Great guy. That was her favorite Yankee. She had a crush on him. I think she had an affair with him, but she hid all the evidence. I looked everywhere. It's his birthday today. And Jerry Lewis died 2 years ago on this particular date. And so that was tough. That was sad. It's always sad when somebody dies, but he had gone through so much bull crap with that disease that he had, and then the very severe reaction to the medicine that he was taking. If you remember, he blew up like the Michelin Man, and it was so horrible. And he finally, got off it and kicked it and exercised, and finally got himself back down where he felt better, and then his time was up. So anyway, so now we're gonna take a ride. And we're going to have to go pretty fast, and you'll understand why. So I want everybody to hold on, because we have to go. We have to go as fast as we can, because I don't want to go here because they're going to hurt me. They're going to throw me in jail. But, well, it's because Indiana, they want me, and I can't go back there. I can't. Shit. Step on it. Tino, step on it. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Wish I had you talk to. If a man ever needed dying, he did. No one had the right to say what he did about you. It's so cold and lonely here without you. Out there the laws are coming, I'm getting so tired of running. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. You to talk to. It hurts to see the man that I become, and to know I'll never see the morning sunshine on the land. I'll never see your smiling face or touch your hand. If just once more I could see you, our home and our little baby. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Step on it. Tino, come on. They're right behind us. I hope this letter finds its way to you. Forgive me, love, for the shame I put you through and all the tears. Hang on, love, to the memory of those happy years. Red lights are flashing round me. Yeah, love looks like they found me. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. I wish I you to talk to. Indiana wants me.
You are surrounded. Give
Back
yourself
there.
up.
Indiana wants me.
Give yourself
Lord, I
up.
can't go
You
back
are
there.
surrounded.
Indiana. Lord, I can't go back there. Lord, I can't go. Son of a bitch. Hey, now you know where the next trip is going to. Son of Indiana wants me. I ain't going back there. Kind of a very dramatic song, isn't it? And at the end, hail of bullets, you know. It's like Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, you're listening to the song, you know. It's got a little bop and a beep to it, and it's very nice to listen to. And then they lived a lot together, and trying to live together, they died. Oh, nice, good song. So now that you know what the next song is, we're getting on the Tony Bennett jet without Gaga, because she's just going around breaking up every relationship she can find. And I said that like I was gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm not. So let's take a quick trip across the country. Next stop, San Francisco. The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco. High on a hill, it calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits there. In San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea, when I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me. That's right. That's correct. Oh, thank you. Tina liked it. So we're doing good on the time. Almost by the time we're done with this last song, it will be just about an hour. Hopefully nothing is muted. Don't get myself crazy. I have a little frangelica before the song because we're toasting to the greatest city in the world. That's right. Everybody up. Get on the coffee table. Kick like the Rockettes. Dino, dance. start spreading the news. Well, I'm leaving today. I'm gonna make a start of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes, they're longing to stray right to the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Let's go, Dunes. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm king of the hill, number one, cream of the crop, number one. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it everywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. That's right, the Big Apple. What? No. All right, I'll take you there. No, you've never been there. Wants me to take him to the Big Apple. I'll take him there, all right. Take him down to Chinatown. He'll be hanging in the window. Okay, I'm better now. So anyway, there you go. There's the show. Just making it into a minute. And now I'm looking at a live shot, and it's raining in the city, so I guess it's coming. Just, we figured it. We doing. So, yeah, thank you very much. Tonight, 8 o'clock. They haven't had it in a couple of weeks for some good reasons, personal reasons. But it's Fred Rubino and his wife, Christine, on Question and Answer Wednesday, where people, from all over send in the most ridiculous questions and expect a sane answer from an insane man. It's impossible. And Christine reads the questions, and if he misbehaves, then she only reads the questions that say nice things about her, and I don't blame her. Right? Come on, Fred. Hey. You know it's the truth. So, yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock, Fred Rubino, questions and answer. Maybe you better put a pair of Depends on, because you will pee your pants. So, that's it for tonight. Thank you, Daddy-O and Chris. Good suggestion. It only took us an hour to go basically, pretty much all around the United States. I'm very impressed. And Dino didn't even leave the cage, and he's the only one that can fly. Really strange. But, again, thank you. Shut up. Thank you for all your support, as always, and for tuning in and the nice things that you say. And if anybody out there has an idea of how to get, somebody to listen to me about this muting thing, I'm open to any kind of suggestions, unless I just start going live to YouTube and then firing away. Then you guys get, it's just so much of a pain in the ass, I don't know. But please, radio station, don't forget, you like this, share it. Don't share the watch party, share the post, okay? Not the newspaper. Share the actual post that the watch party is derived from, all right? That's the one you want to share with everybody so we can get that viewership up. And if you get a chance, you go to YouTube. All the shows have been there from day one. And subscribe to my channel. You can share those too. Share everything. Whatever. Share your mashed potatoes and your french fries. Whatever you got to do. And just tell everybody you can about it. Let's keep it going. I would hate to have to give this up because I'm not allowed to sing any songs because, not that I probably couldn't, but I'm not going to get up here and talk for an hour and a half. That's kind of crazy. But, so say some prayers. And if you have any ideas, I'd love to know. I'd love to do it. And so that's it. Dino says goodnight. Right? Dino. Yes, and Frankie says goodnight, and Dino says goodnight, and Elvis says goodnight. And we'll see you at the watch party at 6, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 6. Something special tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe an old Bobby Darin, or maybe an old 60s, or maybe an old Beatles. I'll give you something to think about. I love yous, Cham. Bam and Chow. That's Cham. That's a new word. We just made it up. Write it down. From now on, we say Cham to each other. Cham.